Yep, 1.5 months, and I think we're 50% done with the renovation of Valhalla. And if I had to estimate, within a couple weeks, we might be up in the 60-70% range, and we could start utilizing Valhalla for work. But I'm just throwing out future predictions, kind of like an economist or a meteorologist. Who knows what's going to happen? But let's take a look at Valhalla. This is the studio of Valhalla. So we're going to do most of our work. We're going to do some videos from here. And we got 32 feet of desk space, which should be plenty. This portion over here is going to be Poppins' desk space. And this portion over here is going to be my desk space. We got our gas pipe lamps installed. We got some office furniture. And we got a long ways to go with the office furniture. We don't really have much in here yet. I think within a week or two, we're going to start moving the things in here that we need. So you can see no shelves really, except the main shelf that's got Alexa, a camera, and our mesh network, as well as our internet access. If you guys remember the old workshop, you'll remember that I had these stacked all over the place, and these right here are storing stuff. Well, the solution for that is to consolidate all that in a very organized way, and this is the organized way. A storage cabinet. So drawer opens up. You can pull out your stuff and you can get whatever size screw you want. That's probably going to take a whole bunch of time. It's a lot of detail work getting everything sorted out from poor storage options to what we have now. Some of the stuff they're going to use all the time will be there. You can see the workbench was installed last time, but we got some of our toolboxes here. This is a toolbox I used to have setting up. I put some rollers on it so that they can roll out and roll into another room. We got a lot more work. We got to put everything on the slat walls here. Over here, nothing much has changed. We got the mini split. Works great. It's an awesome cooling system. The insulation of this area has gone over pretty well. We had some 80-degree days. We had about a week of 80-degree days. We hardly had to use the air conditioner. You can see I've started on the slat wall. I got some clamps. Last time I said you can never have enough outlets. Well, you can never have enough clamps to assist you. And, you know, if you're familiar with slat wall, you know that any attachments you have for a slat wall, whether it be a shelf or just a hook, they're very expensive. So these are just wooden dowels. And you can see back here is a basic plate. So I went on to Amazon to buy one of those basic plates, and they were like $18 just for 2 of them. And so I went to a manufacturer and I said, hey, what do you sell these for? And they're like a quarter. So I bought a few hundred of them. But we bought a few hundred so that we can make whatever we need. We can custom make whatever we need to hang on the slat wall. Slat wall is pretty cool. You can make adjustments as much as you want. See, the tool storage rack is still in its basic stage. If anybody knows what that is, comment below. Fire extinguishers are installed. You can see that we have the entrance to the studio done. We got some double doors in there. This little piece here, I don't know if you noticed that the concrete slopes down, and that makes things very difficult. You can't open the doors this way because of that. So the threshold had to be cut out, and the doors open outward, which is really awkward. So it doesn't provide any security. You just got to pop these hinges and you can get inside. So it doesn't really offer any security. It's just a way to keep the hot and cold in there and the hot and cold out here. So out here we got some more fire extinguishers. There's our thermostat, and we used a corrugated steel wall here because this is where the metal workbench is going to be with the flip-up grinder, the flip-up chop saw, the welder, and everything that's going to send sparks around. So it's nice to kind of have a backstop that's not flammable initially. And you can see that Poppins did a pretty good job on helping the entrance become something amazing. And then as you look through here on that far wall where all the junk is going to be the altar. Whatever that means. Walls are painted. We didn't do anything to this wall. We just kept that OSB board. I think they called it chipboard back when they installed it in here, which was probably 1984, 1985. We just kept that and we painted over it. It was in pretty good shape. We took all the accoutrements and stuff off, but we kept most of that. And then over here, we actually insulated the wall with some R6 reflective foam board right here from Johnson Mansfield. Pretty good stuff. We covered up the Pink Panther over there that was looking at us the whole time, and we got a little bit of slat board over in the corner. You can see the new electrical service goes up to some struts, and we got everything clamped in the wall. Took out the old electrical. Still got a little work there to do. Trimmed the wall out according to the windows. Those windows were a little smaller than the original windows, so we had to put some awkward looking wall space in there to fit them in there. And then we just trimmed it out. That's why it's so wide on the sides. And then you can see, if you look over here, you can see that this wall's done. And we have our kitchenette. So we got a refrigerator, microwave. We have a hot dog. I kid you not, a hot dog cooker. That's a toaster, basically. So it's pretty cool. Put the hot dogs in here, put the buns over here, and I'm rarely going to use it, but it's cool, so I had to have it. You can see we got the retro look going on here. We got the speaker hooked to Alexa to play whatever we want her to. And you can see the cabinets are starting to fill up with foodstuffs, and of course, you know, gotta have your whiskey. And over here we got the coffee cups hanging like we used to do in the 70s and 80s, and thought we were kind of cool. I don't know, what do you guys think about the coffee cups hanging there? I think that's interesting. Then we got the car siding here underneath, got the car siding on the wall. This is just plywood with insulation. So these walls were insulated with some more R6. And then everything was sealed. There's a lot of air blowing through here. You know, the last thing that we have to do here is take these garage doors and seal them up because you can see daylight through them. And at the top in the wintertime, it's like a large air conditioner blowing cold air into here. So that needs to be sealed up with some door sweeps, I'm guessing. And then you can see the electrical. We got to put to work. We got some electrical over here. As far as security goes, you can see our alarm up there, and then you can see our keypad down here. So we got the cameras, we got the door sensors, we got the motion detectors, we got the glass breakage detectors, a couple more for out here. But it's kind of neat to check in on the place when we're not here. It's monitored, so if something happens, somebody's going to respond, hopefully. And then here, this was just a little wall to about here, and the bottom was kind of rotted out. So we added the wall, we brought it over to here, and because this was kind of awkward right here, it was just like a piece of weather seal. So we moved the wall over to add more insulation. I think we got like with 6, and then we have 7 behind it. So we have R13 on the wall, which is pretty good for a workshop. Then this wall was just kind of that OSB board that was up there. So we covered it up with some 1.5 inch foam R7, and we put the car siding on top of it after we ran a couple stringers down. So that wall is going to be finished with that. And then on the other side, we're going to blow in some insulation to add some R value there. But just blocking this wall is going to really increase the energy efficiency and retention here. And actually, it's about 72 degrees outside, and it's warming. It's starting to move to the mid 70s, and we're still at 65 degrees in here. So it does a pretty good job of staying insulated now. You can see, I like using foam insulation, so I'm gonna do way too much of it. And then we got the R6, we got some R7.5 behind that, sealing all the cracks and gaps. Look at this, look at that termite damage. I think that's termite damage. It's pretty old though. There's no sign that the termites have been here in a long time, but now it's insulated and taken care of. You can see that we got all of the gaps and cracks filled in. Poppins is working on some shelves that are going to be used to display our travel artifacts. So yeah, so that's kind of where we are today. We're gonna put a TV up there, and then this area is actually gonna be the parlor. So we have a couch, a patio couch out in the boathouse, and we're going to put that patio couch together, put it here, put a rug down. We're gonna have a coffee table that's made out of the boards that came from the oil change pit. And then we have some 2-inch oak planks that were here. These old and kind of oil covered oak planks 2 inches thick. That's oak underneath that ugliness that we're gonna plane it off. And then we're gonna make a big, large table for the studio that is going to be mobile. Here in the boathouse, you can see that we got the freighter canoe. Still not sure what the name is gonna be. A few of them jumped out at us, but I don't know. We need to add a sense of humor to this. And you can see Thor over there with a kayak on top. It's very crowded in here. Over here is Poppins' new tractor and trailer. So Poppins is really getting into mowing lawns. It's a little disappointing too because I can't mow the lawn, but anyways. So yeah, the freighter canoe, we'll talk about this more in depth in another video, but this is gonna be our riverboat. And then this little modern marvel is the old oil change pit. I think you saw the trap door was here last time, the last video, and you can see that, yeah, it's a nice little area to store. Right now we have whiskey down there and our fuels and our oils and all those things that are flammable we're gonna keep down there. Because when they catch on fire, they shouldn't spread too easily to everything else, except this wooden top, but that's probably okay. I don't know, it just seems like it's a good place to keep petroleum products, paints, and things. And then you can see over here, this is a piece of oak plywood on top of some 2x8s that are laid flat. Run a bar there, pick it up, slide it off, and then we can bring a car in like they used to right over the top of this fixed piece of wood now. So yeah, so that's the oil change pit. And that's Valhalla. We're almost to a point where we can start utilizing the space instead of the space utilizing us. So it's all good. So yeah, a lot of little detail work, a lot of organization comes after that, but we don't necessarily have to wait to start utilizing the space for regular work. So there it is. The main shop is almost complete. The rough-in and the finishing of the workshop is complete. All we have to do is start customizing it for our uses. We still have a little bit to do over here in the south wall and get everything set up and make it what we hope is a really cool place. So we'll talk to you next week. Thanks for stopping by. We really appreciate it. Love you guys and all that stuff. Hey, it's great to see you guys. Thanks. We'll talk to you soon.